How was Carthage formed? Well, Carthage was a city that was founded by a people called the Phoenicians, and the Phoenicians were a Semitic people that were based out of modern-day Lebanon. They had founded cities such as Tyre and Sidon in the area, which had become hubs of commerce in the eastern Mediterranean. But the Phoenicians were a significantly smaller and weaker nation than their neighbours, which meant that they were often forced to pay large amounts of tribute to the empires that surrounded them. And this spurred them to create colonies to help them to pay. And that was one of the reasons why Carthage was founded. Another reason was that Carthage was, I suppose, a middle point between modern day Lebanon and Spain, and it was really useful for the Phoenicians to be able to stop off in Carthage before they got to the resource rich region of southern Spain, with which the Phoenicians had a very large trade influence. But Carthage was by no means a particularly special colony. The Phoenicians had already founded numerous colonies across modern-day Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya. So the name Carthage actually means the new city in the language of the Phoenicians, and historians nowadays tend to believe that the city was founded in 814 BC, when the Queen Elissa, as part of the founding myth of the city, killed herself to honour her murdered husband, and was thereafter revered as a goddess of the city. After 700 BC, Carthage, or at least around 700 BC, Carthage starts to become politically independent from the main Phoenician city of Tyre. However, that did not mean that Carthage would stop sending tribute back to the home of the Phoenicians. So Tyre did still gain some kind of value from the colony that it had founded previously. Towards the end of the 7th century BC, Carthage actually starts to colonize for the first time in Ibiza, and this was an action that was taken fully independently of Tyre. And after this point, Carthage really starts to expand its influence in the western Mediterranean. Carthage would fight the nearby Libyan, Mauryan, and Numidian tribes in northern Africa and establish a greater presence there. But at the same time, expansion of the naval power of the city became very important because it relied on trade for the majority of its wealth. So rather than focusing on mainland Africa, it was therefore a priority to ensure that the colonies were started in strategic places, and that would allow for easier protection and control of the flow of trade in the Mediterranean. And from there, Carthage became the empire that we know and love today. And it's really interesting that a city that was once a colony itself would actually go on to be the heart of an empire. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to stay up to date with content, and I will see you next time.